Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. So today I am so excited. I just got this package in the mail and I want to open it with you all. So I did just open the initial little part here, but I placed an order from a company called Beautiful Shellz Cosmetics, and they had so many cute products, but I ordered 2 of their eyeshadow quads. So let's go ahead and look at those. Comes in this beautiful holographic package. And you pull it out. So here it just has a sticker from the company. And then we are gonna just open this up. So I ordered 2 of their palettes, and it looks like they sent me a free palette, which is so sweet. So this first one here is I'm not sure which one this is yet. So they have these little Karma Chameleon quads. And this one is the Iris Chameleon one. I love the shades in here. So it's so cute. Each of the 2 palettes that I got each have 2 mattes, a shimmer, and then a duochrome shade, which looks absolutely gorgeous. And then this packaging is so cute. So the second one that I purchased was the Peach Chameleon, which has got to be this one. So they each just come in this little sleeve. And you open it up. Ooh, it's falling out a little bit. I'm so excited to test these out. I love what they look like. Let's see what this free palette is. This is their Love Is palette. So this one comes in this plastic packaging. You can get it open. So here is this palette. This is their Love Is palette. Ooh. Okay. So here is what this one looks like. Some bright pinks, and it looks like 3 pressed glitters. So that was just so sweet of them to send an extra palette. Oh my gosh. So Beautiful Shellz Cosmetics is a brand that I just discovered. They reached out to me on Instagram and asked if they could give me a discount code for my order, and so I went onto their website and was looking around, and I found these 2 adorable palettes. So I decided to place an order with them, and I am so happy I did. So this is in no way sponsored by them. This is all going to be my completely own thoughts, but they did give me a discount code to use for my order. So I just wanted to put that out there. So the 2 palettes that I purchased were the Karma Chameleon quads in the Iris and the Peach shades. They have at least 3 more different color stories on their website as well. They are super cute. I love the little chameleon that is on the packaging of these. I think it is just really adorable, and I am super excited about them. So they each retail for $23, and they each have 4 shades. They are quads. So I'm going to be doing some swatches, and I will create a look with each of these palettes. And I'm also planning on doing a 3 looks palette with at least this one, or a 3 looks video with at least this one. And if you want to see one with this other palette, do let me know. But I just had so many ideas when I saw this color story that I wanted to create a few more looks with it later on. So that will probably be in a couple of weeks. But for today's video, I wanted to just do some swatches, first impressions, and create a look with each of these palettes. So if that interests you, then keep on watching. Alright, so I'm going to start my swatches with the Iris quad. So this blue shade right here is first. And it does take a little bit of building, but it is getting there, and I find that to be the case with most shades in my collection. They do take some building. So next up we have this dark purple. This one looks to have a bit of a dark blue shift to it as well. Super pretty. Now for the shade I am definitely the most excited for. This is the gorgeous duochrome shade from this palette. That is stunning. I really hope the shifts of these are picking up on camera because it's beautiful. And then we have this nice pinky red shade, which is just a nice simple matte shade. The performance of these swatches is super nice. I am very impressed. This is not a brand that I had ever heard of, but I'm so happy that I now have it in my collection because these shades are stunning, and I'm so excited to see how they perform on the eyes. My arm is getting a little red from these swatches, from wiping off the swatches, I should say. But we will go on to the peach one now. So we have this matte right up here. They feel really soft and smooth, super pretty. Oh my goodness. Look how beautiful these are. How is no one talking about this brand? These shades are stunning. And I don't know if that shift is going to pick up on camera, but it's going from like an orange to a pink, and it's so pretty. Next we have, of course, the star of the show of this palette as well. Ugh. It's just beautiful. It's like a blue to peach shift. I am loving that shade. That is going to be one that I see myself just packing all over the lid for an everyday look. It is beautiful. And then lastly we have this matte red shade, which once again is just super nice. So I'm very impressed with the swatches of these shades, and I'm so excited to see how they perform and blend together on the eyes. So we will just jump straight into that. Alright, so we're going to start with the Iris Chameleon. So the first shade I want to take is the matte blue shade right up at the top. And I'm taking this just on a fluffy brush. This one is from Wet n Wild. And I'm going to start working this through my crease and seeing how it blends. This is a really nice, soft matte shade, and it looks to be blending through the crease really nicely. And the pigmentation is pretty good. It is a lighter shade, and it is showing up quite nicely on the eyes. So I'm pretty impressed with how this one is performing to start. I did build it up a few times, but the pigmentation is there. The next shade I want to take is the dark purple shimmer. And I'm taking this on a kind of pencil type brush. And I want to start packing this one in my outer corner. I want to see how it packs down on this type of brush, because I kind of want to blend this one up into the crease a little bit. I know it is a shimmer shade, and I don't typically do that with my shimmers, but I wanted to use this one as my deepening shade. So I'm focusing most of this product right in my outer corner. And then I'm going to start just slowly bringing it into the crease a little bit. Just using little back and forth motions. The full pigment of the shade is not really packing down, but the way I'm using it, that's kind of to be expected. Or the full shimmer of the shade, I should say. Because you can definitely see the dark pigment of it, but the shimmer isn't showing through completely. But I'm also not just packing it down, so that is understandable. Alright, now I want to take what is, in my opinion, the star of this palette. And this is the beautiful duochrome type shade. I'm going to try this on just a dry brush to start. But I might either use my finger or a wet brush. We will see. I'm just going to pack this right in the inner portion of my lid, right where we meet with that dark shade. Just going to take this on my finger. That shift right there is beautiful. And there you can just see on the lid how beautiful this shade really is. I figured a finger would be best. They're usually best with shimmer shades. I'm just not a big fan of using my finger just because I feel like I can't be as precise when I use it, but that shade is beautiful. So I'm just going to go back in with the blue crease shade and then with the dark purple shimmer and just reapply these in the spaces where they were, just to make sure we still have the pigment from those shades. And then use the darker shade and just tap over where these meet. Make sure we just get a nice blended look with all of these. Alright, then the last shade to test out is this reddish shade. So I'm going to take this on an angled brush. And I am going to wet my brush a little bit with this shade. And this will just help it stick right where I place it. So I'm going to start right in the outer portion of my eye and start my wing. And then just connect it across the lash line. And then just work on filling it in. Super simple. The shade is nice and pigmented. It seems to be stamping down quite nicely, which I am of course a fan of. And then I'm just going to take this shade and pop it in my inner corner as well. This isn't a shade I would typically use in the inner corner, but it is the lightest shade in this palette, so just working with what I have. And I'm just taking this one on a dry brush just because I don't want it to get too pigmented in the inner corner. I just want a little pop of something. So that will complete this look. I'm going to go add some mascara and I will be right back. Alright, here is the final look. And for this look, I used my Thrive Cosmetics Liquid Lash Extension Mascara. So I am loving that lid shade. I knew it was going to be gorgeous, but I am just super impressed with the performance of it. Obviously, I did need to use it on my finger, but that's not a huge deal, and I am curious to see how it might apply on a wet brush or with some glitter primer underneath. So those are definitely two options I would still like to test out, but I am really just loving that lid shade. As for the mattes in this palette, I think they are really nice. I will be curious to see how the two blend together and if they'll make a nice little purple shade. I really like what the red one looks like as the winged liner. I think it packed down really nicely and I'm super impressed with that. The blue in the crease does look pretty. I feel like it maybe blended away a little bit if I wasn't careful, but that's just something I'll have to make sure I'm aware of and not over blend it and blend it away. The dark shimmer in the outer corner, I feel like is going to be a really nice one to mostly just pack on the lid. It worked pretty well to blend into the crease a little bit, but obviously the actual shimmer of it doesn't really show up when I do that, but that was kind of what I was going for with this look anyway. So overall, I am really impressed with the performance of this palette, of these shades, and I'm so excited to create some more looks with this palette in the future. I think my 3 looks, 1 palette video will be going up in a couple weeks with this palette, so make sure you stay tuned for that. And we can just jump right into the peach quad. Alright, then moving on to the peach chameleon quad. Here is this one. So I'm going to start with this lighter matte shade right up here. And of course, just taking this on a fluffy brush. How I start most of my looks. And I'm just going to blend this through the crease. Nothing super crazy. And the pigmentation of the shade is there. It does not take much building at all to get to a good pigmentation, which is really nice. I'm just going to go over just the top edges with less product on the brush just to get everything nice and blended out. Then I'm going to go in with the darker matte, this red one. And I'm taking this on a slightly smaller fluffy brush. And I'm just going to focus this lower in the crease. And I'm starting by just kind of stamping it down. And then I will blend it out. I want to bring it all the way across the crease. Just slightly lower. And once again, really pigmented right off the bat, which is nice. Then I will take a little bit more of the previous shade and just blend everything out. This is going to be a really quick and simple look, but I did just want to see how these shades performed and not do anything too crazy today. Alright, next I want to take this shimmer right up here. I don't know if the shift will catch on camera, but it goes from like an orange to the pinky shade. So I'm going to pick this up on a brush and then wet my brush a little bit. And I want to see how this applies on a wet brush. I'm just going to focus this right in the outer corner. The shade is really pretty. And like I've already said with this palette, this one's definitely going to be more of an everyday palette for me. And I can see myself creating this look quite a bit. I am just going to kind of bring it out a little bit as well. And just create a little bit of a curved shape out in the outer corner and continue to just build it up on the wet brush. Alright, then I want to pick up this shade, which I of course am so excited for. So I'm going to try this one on a wet brush as well, but chances are I think I'm going to have to use my finger again. Just want to see if I can get it picked up on a wet brush at all. Yeah, these softer duochromes in the palettes just don't really like picking up on a brush, which is fine. I can just use my finger for it, and we just get that beautiful wet looking shine to the lid. Definitely worth it. That is so pretty. This shade is probably my favorite definitely out of this palette, but possibly out of both of these Chameleon palettes. It is just stunning. I'm loving that. Alright, then for the lower lash line, I'm going to go back in with that first matte shade, just really lightly on that fluffy brush. Just run this right along the lower lash line. Nothing too special down there. Just want a little wash of color. And then I will take that lid shade, as it is the lightest in the palette, for my inner corner. And it is a little bit flaky, but it works. So that will complete this look. I'm going to go add some mascara and I will be right back. So like I said, it's super simple and easy to use for every day. With only 4 shades in the palette, there isn't too much variety, obviously, but I definitely think the shades in here, especially the lid shade for this one and the previous look that I did, are just super special, and they're definitely very unique in my collection, both the shade and the formula. So I am super happy to have both of these palettes in my collection and continue to get some use out of them. Be sure to let me know which palette you liked better and which look you liked better. And stay tuned for more videos with both of these. I am very much loving them. This brand is definitely one I'm very happy that I was introduced to. If you haven't heard of them or haven't checked them out, I will be sure to link their website down below. Definitely go check them out if you are interested. I think they did a wonderful job with both of these palettes that I tested out today, and I am excited to test out the one that they sent me, and let me know if you want to see a dedicated video on that one. But let me know what else you would like to see from me on top of videos that I've already mentioned with these palettes. And be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my future uploads. And with all of that said, I will see you in my next video. Bye!